Hegel's dialectic is a philosophical theory developed by German philosopher Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel in the early 19th century. It is based on the concept of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, which are steps in the process of progress. The thesis is an idea or statement that is the starting point of an argument. The antithesis is a statement that contradicts or negates the thesis. The synthesis is a combination of the two opposing ideas, which produces a new idea or statement. This process can be repeated multiple times, leading to an evolution of ideas. Hegel's dialectic has been used in many fields, such as politics and economics. It has been used to explain how ideas progress through debate and discussion, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Hegel's dialectic is based on the principle of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Thesis and antithesis are two conflicting ideas, while synthesis is the result of their interaction. The dialectic process is a way of understanding how the world works, as it helps to explain the constant flux of ideas and events. It also helps to explain how change and progress are possible. Thesis and antithesis can be thought of as two sides of a coin. One side represents an idea or opinion, while the other side represents its opposite. When the two sides come together, they create a synthesis that incorporates both sides. This synthesis can then be used to create new ideas or opinions. The dialectic process can be applied in various contexts, such as politics and economics. In politics, it can be used to explain how different factions come together to create policies that are beneficial to all parties. In economics, it can be used to explain how supply and demand interact to create a stable market. Hegel's dialectic can also be used in everyday life. For instance, when someone is trying to make a decision, they can use the dialectic process to explore the pros and cons of each option before reaching a conclusion. This process can also be used when resolving conflicts between two parties by exploring both sides of the issue in order to come up with a compromise. Applications of Hegel's dialectic. Hegel's dialectic has been applied to many different fields, including politics, economics, and other social sciences. In the political realm, Hegel's dialectic has been used to explain the process of debate and discussion between different parties. In particular, it can be seen as a way of mediating between opposing views and resolving disputes. For example, in the political sphere, it can be used to explore how different ideologies can be reconciled or how compromises can be reached. In economics, Hegel's dialectic has been used to explain the process of economic growth and development. It can be seen as a way of understanding how different economic systems interact with each other and how different economic actors are affected by changes in the marketplace. For example, it can help to explain how different economic policies can lead to different outcomes. Hegel's dialectic has also been applied to other social sciences, such as sociology and anthropology. In particular, it has been used to explore how different social systems interact with each other and how different social groups are affected by changes in their environment. For example, it can help to explain how different cultural norms and values can shape a society, and how different social classes can be affected by changes in the economy. Finally, Hegel's dialectic can also be used in everyday life. It can help to explain how different ideas and perspectives can interact with each other and how different individuals can reach mutual understanding and agreement. For example, it can help to explain how disagreements between family members or friends can be resolved through dialogue and compromise. Using Hegel's dialectic in everyday life. Hegel's dialectic is a powerful tool for understanding and resolving conflicts between people or groups in everyday life. The idea behind the dialectic is that all forms of thought, from the most basic to the most complex, follow a three-step process of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. This process can be used to explain how various aspects of life, such as career or relationships, evolve over time. Thesis represents an idea or concept, while antithesis represents the opposite of that idea or concept. Synthesis is the resolution between the two opposing forces. This process is repeated until a conclusion is reached. For example, in a career conflict between two people, one might present an idea while the other presents the opposite idea. Through discussion and negotiation, the two parties can come to a synthesis that meets both their needs. Hegel's dialectic can also be used to resolve conflicts between groups of people. It involves each party presenting their ideas and opinions, then engaging in dialogue to reach a compromise or agreement. This process can be applied to any area of life, from politics and economics to relationships and personal growth. It helps to create understanding and respect between different perspectives, allowing everyone to come together in a meaningful way. By understanding and applying Hegel's dialectic in everyday life, we can better navigate our relationships and interactions with others. Through dialogue, negotiation, and compromise, we can work towards resolutions that benefit all parties involved. Ultimately, this process allows us to create a more harmonious society where everyone can live together peacefully. Hegel's dialectic is a powerful philosophical tool that helps to explain how ideas evolve over time. Through the concept of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, it provides a framework for understanding how opposing forces interact and ultimately create new ideas and solutions. This theory has been applied to many areas, such as politics and economics, and can be used in everyday life. The article has provided a comprehensive overview of Hegel's dialectic and its various applications.